Hello, my YouTube family. Gonna make this quick because I've got some serious cooking to do tonight. I got a ham steak cooking. Well, it's not cooking yet. I have to start cooking it with some white rice and either red or black beans tonight. Yes, the mouth is watering already. So let me just get on it because it's going to take a while to cook. And it is already 6:04 p.m. on August 29th, 2012, people. Let's get a move on. Normally a fall and winterish lip color. But like I said, colors don't have a season. And this is what I felt like wearing. And I'm wearing black. So it is close to the red family. More of a wine-ish Cabernet Merlot kind of thing going on here. And what is it, you may ask? Well, I lined my lips with MAC Vino. I rarely use this one for some reason. I tend to use Current more than I use Vino, but I love this just the same. Either one could have worked, but I decided, you know, I used Current like 2 days in a row or 2 weeks in a row or something like that. I said, let me give this one a break because it was looking all sad and pitiful. So Vino, which doesn't seem to have a scratch on it because I rarely use it, is the liner. Just the liner, not filled. And this one, people, is from my stash, from my lip gloss stash. So you already know it is rather old, but it is still in good condition. Doesn't have a smell to it or anything, which I am kind of surprised because it's really rather old. So, I don't know if you'll be able to find it. You could look it up. You could eBay it, Amazon it. I don't know. But I am using my Face Stockholm Pot Gloss in Ripe. Pot Gloss in Ripe. And this is ripe, people. It's actually a little darker than that. Well, actually, no, because the light is hitting it, so it's perfect. This is ripe. Thick and stick to your lips. This is so damn thick. You have no idea. You have no idea. This is molasses thick, which I kind of like because it does not budge. A little will go a very long way. Like, you know, sometimes how you use a lip gloss, a pot gloss, and depending on the shade, you have to dip your brush in more than once. I'm talking, this is just one swipe. This is one swipe, people. That is it. I know I can dip my brush in, zoom, like that. Done. I am done for the day. The only time that I reapplied was after lunch. I did not have to reapply during the day. This is beyond thick. It always has been. It's not like because it's old that it just, you know, it congealed or whatever. No. I bought this. It was very, very thick, and it has remained very, very thick. This is a lip gloss by Face Stockholm. I don't know. Some of you may know this brand. Some of you may not. They are still in business, so you may want to look this up. Then again, this shade may be called something else now. I don't know. You can probably still find this shade, but it may be called something else. But at the time, pot gloss called Ripe. So that's basically it in a nutshell. This is beyond. I mean, I'll do a swipe for you. A swatch. I mean, look. It's going to take a year and a day to wash this off once I do this for you. That is Ripe. A very, I can't say burgundy. It's more of a Merlot, Cabernet kind of a shade. It is of the wine variety. Very, very thick. Wiping it is just going to do no good. I'm going to have to wash my hand after this because this is thick as all hell. But it's not sticky. That's kind of surprising. It's not sticky, but it is very, very thick. So, you know, this is the reason why it's lasted me so long. Not only because I haven't really used it. I mean, I guess I could have used it every single day. But this will last you. If there's only like one lip gloss that you ever buy in life, face Stockholm. Unless they've changed their ingredients or whatever. Like I said, this is super duper old, people. Face Stockholm. Super duper old. So that's it. That's it. Cutie and I were talking as we normally do every single day. But guess who decided to drop by? I mean, he had meetings on my floor, which is fine. I'm on the second floor, which is fine. I mean, not a problem. But after his meetings were over, he came by to my desk, and I am talking about Drool Material. Remember him? Yeah, I haven't mentioned him in X amount of time because there was no point to it. I was drooling over him, and he was paying me no mind. Well, I've seen him, pass my desk, and before I used to be all, no, I'm not like that anymore. He'll pass my desk, I'll be like, whatever. So I guess, men, when they realize I'm losing this one, they have to kind of reel you back in. It's not going to work. And I will tell you why. So he came by at my desk, and he was talking about the meetings that he had and all of this and that, and how they're really keeping him late, and he's been working overtime and all. I don't know if he was trying to impress me or whatever, but I was like, oh, wow, And then right before he left, he said, you know what? I'm going to have to stop by and talk to you more often. Like, why did you say that? I don't understand. And I was like, yeah, okay, you should do that. You should stop by and talk. And he's like, yeah, I will. But here's the reason why I'm no longer impressed, because they hired a new dude. I don't know. Did I tell you about him? We're going to have to find a name for him, because Cutie is already taken. Drool Material, y'all already know who I'm talking about when I mentioned Drool Material. So I'm going to have to find a new name for this one. I can't think of a new name for him. I'm going to call him Mr. Intellectual. Let me call him Mr. Intellectual, because from the day that he came in for an interview, he was dressed to the nines. I mean, the suit was working. And now he's a black guy. By the way, I know it surprised me too, because I go for the tall, blonde, blue-eyed type, aka Cutie. But this one, I don't know, there's something special. Should I call him Mr. Special? No, I already named him. Mr. Intellectual, because that's what he is. We had conversation while he was waiting for his interview, and this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So while he was waiting, how sometimes an interviewer, or interviewee, I should say, needs to break up their nervousness or whatever, so they'll start a conversation with the receptionist or what have you. So I don't mind. I really don't, because I've been there, so I know what it feels like, although I've never really been one to start a conversation. Anyway, he started conversing, and, the more you talk to somebody, the more you hear their intonations, the more you hear their language, the more you hear how they speak, if they can hold a conversation, if they know how to use the English language well. All of the above. He covered the gamut. All of the above. So instantly, my interest is piqued. If you can hold a conversation and you're intelligent, and because that is sexy to me. Of course, looks matter. And he is not bad in that department. But more so, his intellect is what piques my interest. So after his interview, and he was interviewed for the entire day, I was like, wow, I've never seen somebody be interviewed for an entire day. He came in at like 10 in the morning, and he didn't leave until like 5 o'clock, because I left after. And I was very impressed. And when my best friend, who is no longer there, was there, she was still there when he was interviewed, I told her, I said, you know what, you need to hire him. And she was like, oh, really? So every time there's a new hire, the email goes out into the office. Everybody gets it. And I got the email that he was hired, because of course I remembered his name. So-and-so is our new hire. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. But of course, he's working in a department that has got nothing. I don't even think he's on my floor, which sucks the big one. He is in a completely different department, so it's rare that I will probably see him. I'll see him in passing every once in a while, but I'm sure, I really won't see him. I may see Drool Material more than I'll see him, which now is becoming unfortunate because Drool Material, his ship has sailed, and now somebody else is docking. A new ship is docking. So, it's the only way I can describe it, people. I can't use people's names, even though every now and then I do slip up. But that's beside the point. So, Mr. Intellectual came to see me today. Not me specifically, because there was a raffle going on, and I am in charge of the raffles. I'm in charge of collecting and giving out the tickets. So he came and he bought a ticket. But he stayed and chatted for, like 5 minutes, 5, 6, 7 minutes. And it was very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. So when he left, that's when I was like, so now I'm carrying a torch for somebody else. But here's the ticket. I just wanted to run this by Cutie, because Cutie knows the little history I have with Drool Material. So now he knows about Mr. Intellectual, because I just want to kind of see if he gets jealous or anything. And he'll say something which kind of catches me off guard. Like when Mr. Intellectual was hired and the email went by, I spoke to Cutie. Cutie came in and I said, guess who is hired? And I said his name because he remembered the name from the first time he was interviewed. And he was like, oh. And I was like, what's that? He goes, just another guy. So I don't know if he meant just another guy that's his competition, or another guy that was hired because, he's looking for a filly. We got plenty of fillies in the office. I know he's chasing each and every one. So, but he wants more because he's a man. So I don't know if it's because he was looking for a female hire, or he said it because now he's got somebody's attention that he has to share with me. So I don't know. I'm thinking it's because it wasn't a new filly, because I don't think, like I said, I know he doesn't really see me that way. But every now and then he throws me off. So that's just that with that, people. Okay, Lips of the Day was long gone, and I just had to share my day with you. So that was my day today. Yeah, I had Cutie, which I have every single day, which I have. Listen to me, which I have every single day. And Drool Material, who decided to stop by and all of a sudden wants to get chatty. And now there is Mr. Intellectual. I hope I talked to you about Mr. Intellectual a lot more. I did not see a wedding ring, but you never know. That don't mean nothing these days. So, but that is a good sign that he is not wearing a ring. So yes, I did check. On that note, I have filled you in. I have got to cook because the later I wait, the later I'm going to eat, and it's going to be really a bad case. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. I love. I'm glad it's still, I didn't have to toss it, because the second that a lipstick or a lip gloss has a funny scent and this does not, when they have a funny scent, out they go. But this is still holding up. So it is Face Stockholm Pot Gloss in Ripe, R-I-P-E, Ripe. Lined with Mac Vino. Okay? And that's it, people. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think about this, my story. Speaking of which, my story, my story, happening, honey. I am just spewing out all sorts of goodness. And on that note, I love you. I love my YouTube family, and I will talk to you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.